Hello, listeners. This is DM Rackham doing the intro for episode 8 of Adventures with Attitude, titled, You Wouldn't Be Much of an Alchemist If You Poisoned Yourself. Some fun times ahead. Previously in the campaign, Marcus met Thebesi and Gabbi, his two fellow henchmen, as they dealt with the issues of the spike of no dice erupting out the interdimensional prison which Bone Meister and his army of monsters had been held in the last couple of years. After henching for the first time, they managed to save Bryce from a creature called the Pension, a bizarre combination of ink and a henshin device. Since then, the town has been trying to recover, and they have just been relaxing at the local pizzeria as of last episode. Though they've gotten a few leads on how to help Gabbi find some way to communicate with them other than carrying a book around. When we last left off, Thebesi and Marcus were scouting the two entertainers of the restaurant to try to figure out which one of them is the one that knows thieves' cans. And now, on to our show.
Okay, and Thebesi, what was your roll again?
23.
Nice.
It was not a natural 20.
Okay.
Still impressive.
Okay.
Thebesi reads him like a book.
I will say she gives you an eyeful during the, she seems very knowledgeable and distracting people. She's a very good entertainer doing like the juggling and stuff because she's very good at getting people to look one way and then like toss the ball another way. She even hacky sacks the balls a little bit, which look like it would almost be painful because they look like they're heavy balls. She does seem to be scanning the crowd and looking for something.
Okay.
And she does whistle at you at some point on the stage. She's throwing all the balls in the air, finger guns at you, whistle, and then manages to catch the balls and is back to juggling. They're definitely, I would say they are definitely someone who seems to do what they need to do and isn't above a little bit of distraction.
Okay.
And for a half-orc, she has a beautiful face.
Okay.
The last part of her act is catching all the balls but one and then punching that one so hard it basically shatters into dust in midair.
Interesting showstopper. I like it.
It's all right. So I'll say Thebesi watches her closely, but like tries to pretend like she's not, and like cleans a little bit of the sauce and cheese out of the fur on her hands, paws, hands. We're gonna say hands because I feel like paws implies that she doesn't have opposable thumbs, and if she carries a sword, she has to.
Right.
Yeah. So she kind of like tries to do it like casually, where it's like doesn't appear as though she's paying immense amounts of attention, like just enough to be like, oh yes, interesting show. Looks up when she's whistled at, but not like a I need to talk to you as soon as you're done on the stage, follow me kind of thing. Not like a I'm watching you as if I know you're doing something wrong.
So like, not like a flirtious look back.
Yes.
All right. Do you tip her?
Yes, I tip her.
How much do you tip her?
How far do you tip her?
This is Tony's scheme to just make more money in the restaurant.
As if giving fabulous service to 3 people who have massive appetites wouldn't be enough to get more money into the restaurant. Like, I don't imagine it's common to see a Winari hanging around town more than as much as Thebesi has in the last week. You get a Winari coming in regularly, I think you're gonna be set. So, like we said, like, 1 gold was pretty good, like...
Well, 1 gold is 10 silver, so...
Yeah. I'll say that a gold and, like, 5 silver. Pretty generous tip.
All right.
Enough to get her attention. And then she'll walk back towards the table.
All right. Yeah, I think that worked. She looks it over, she bites it, makes sure it's real.
It's real.
She's had people give her candy coins before.
Thebesi's not a liar. She's many things, but she is not a liar.
And then I think that Someone help me how to pronounce this.
I figured it was Mythali or like Mytheli.
Mythali. Okay, I'll go with Mythali. Just kind of walks over and takes a seat next to Thebesi. And she kind of gives her a glance over, leans back in her chair, is like, "What's up?"
Thebesi, she just continues like looking at her hands and cleaning the cheese and sauce out of her paws very carefully. She cares an immense deal about her fur. She takes pride in it. It's a nice thick coat. And she says,
Oh, I will also say that the two shows probably end about the same time if Marcus wants to come back over.
He's actually going to keep an eye on the comedian and see where she goes.
Okay. I think she just comes down and gets there's a table and then near the side it just has some water. She's pouring herself a giant mug of water and then splashes it in her face. And then she pours another one and starts drinking.
Would you like some company?
Knowingly looks up and goes, "Oh, yeah, sure, Marcus. Sorry again?"
It happens. And he sits down like Riker.
I don't get that reference.
I was going to say, for those of you that don't know, I'm a bit of a Star Trek fan. I am referencing Star Trek Next Generation, Commander Riker, who had a habit of, when he sat down, lifting his leg over the seat of the chair and then sitting down. Why he did that, I don't know. But it's a thing. And I'm being silly. So there you go.
You enjoyed the show?
It was interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about the humor, though. You're pretty rough on yourself.
Family does that to you.
Sorry to hear that.
Uh,
Although, now I have a bit of a clearer reason as to why you pelted me with a tomato.
People rally against an underdog. I was hoping to give you a little help, but I forgot how much she hates tension.
Yeah, that was new to me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that's a long story. I don't know how. It's probably not my story to tell, but
I think we should just let that rest for now. I'm kind of hoping you could help a friend of ours, but I don't know how to approach the subject, to be completely honest. I'm not the most delicate person at times.
takes a moment. She kind of looks back at the table, goes, well, which one? I guess would be the.
He nods towards Gabbi, the ingress. And the fact that he just flat out says that should be telling, since she seems to know Marcus, and that makes me feel that she would know at least the basics of his history, in so much that he was part of the military and worked with the Henshians.
Yeah. I'm actually. You know what, Marcus? He takes a hand and puts it on your shoulder. I will admit, I have been surprised the last few weeks, and you continue to surprise me.
Life has been surprising me, so I guess it's only fair I surprise other people. He just kind of shrugs.
It's what do you need? Does she need some special to eat or?
No, it's just I don't know the biology. I would say mechanics, but I don't mean like mechanical mechanics. I don't know the biology behind it, but she has trouble verbally speaking. It doesn't sound good to listen to. If I were to be blunt, it would probably scare a lot of people. So she's taken to writing things down in books. She's very erudite, I think the word would be. She's got a good vocabulary. She can write really well. Not a bad handwriting either. But she can't always have a pen and notebook on hand. So we're looking for somebody who could help her maybe find a different way to communicate.
Oh, I wish I could help you with that, Marcus. She looks back at the table, goes like, I could help in any other way I can, but just that, I'm not the one you're looking for. The rogue is in another castle.
That's fair.
And she pointedly looks at the table again,
Where Thebesi's talking with the juggler.
yeah, I think she pats you on the shoulder. If there's anything else I can help out with, though, just let me know.
If there's anything else I can help, I'm here to lend a shoulder. I've seen things. Maybe that would help, if you ever needed to talk about anything. He kind of, shrugs.
She seems to consider that. Roll me a persuasion.
Persuasion.
This, guys, I just realized this is the next arc. The other arc is probably going to be the third arc.
Oh, wow.
I mean, nothing wrong with it. I like it.
I rolled an 18.
She nods and says, yeah,
I mean, it doesn't have to be now or even today or tomorrow. Just know that there are people out there who would understand things others might not, and they're more than willing to listen because they understand that sometimes you just need someone to listen to.
I think she thinks for a moment and goes, I will, I can, you guys are probably going to be heading out eventually, right? I mean, you guys, you're.
Well, I mean, we are here because we are here not just to help Gabby, but the pizza's really good here.
No, not that, Marcus. I mean, she motions to your recaster. I mean, you gotta be a hero, right?
Yeah, there are lots of things out there that need to be taken care of. To be completely honest, I kind of forgot about that with all the work trying to get the museum back on its feet and make sure the town doesn't implode.
She motions over to her cloak, and there's she has like a dragon scale cloak on one side. Goes, if you ever run into another briar with a cloak like this, watch out. If they're older, it'll be my mother. If they're about my age, it'll be sister. And I don't want her to do to you what either of them did. You're a good person, Marcus. And I know it's something I've been watching you too. I know you don't always think it, but let me tell you from one person who's been through a lot of crap to another, you're a lot braver than I am.
One thing I learned, bravery is subjective. What one person thinks is brave may not be what another person thinks is brave. And that is due to how they're brought up, their person. But if it helps, I feel fear. It's my personal belief that being brave isn't so much the absence of fear, but doing what you have to do in spite or to spite that fear. I found a lot of shit gets done if you power things by spite. So, the best thing I can say, sell yourself short here. Pulled yourself up, literal rags. You have a good job, you get pay, a place to live, plenty of food. You turned yourself around. And that is an easy thing to do. It was very brave of you to ask for help when you. I think you're very brave. Also, if you ever need help, find Bryce. Old Noel, he's my mentor. Tell him that I sent you. He'll help how he can. Okay?
Okay. She nods and she hugs you. And she's blushing.
He leaves her 2 gold and stands as he pats her on the shoulder. Have a good night.
You too, Marcus. Good luck.
You too.
She takes the gold and she sits back down and drinks her water.
And Marcus is going to rejoin his table because, well, damn it, he wants to eat his pizza before it gets too cold.
Yeah, sorry about that, Sid. Well, actually, no, that was great. That was great.
Might need to make an NPC who's a counselor.
Yes, very much. Look, that's going to be one of your long-term goals. Is you need to find a counselor willing to move to Azamar Grove because there's a lot of broken people here.
I'm thinking a gentle Goliath who kind of resembles a Dr. Phil.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
But talks like Martha Stewart.
How does that work?
Martha Stewart?
Tell me to make it and you'll see how it works.
You gotta make it.
Alright, yeah, no, I just... that's too much of a train wreck not to see it through to the end.
That's his player character.
Yes, please.
No, but we already had to plan for the thing that I accidentally spoiled to everyone because...
Oh, Lord.
I will admit I spoiled it to everyone. But I expected Eric to forget.
Nah, you didn't.
Surprisingly, I kind of do remember things, but hey, what you gonna do? I don't metagame. much.
I think I probably forgot the most about my character.
See, that's not good.
Well, that's the thing. We only had like two. I only gave you like two things. There wasn't that much to remember.
Also,
You wanna text me those 2 things again?
I am sorry for stepping on your scene, Stid.
That's fine. We'll get to my scene.
Back to your scene, and
Yeah. Meanwhile, as Marcus, in the DM's words, has his Red Ranger speech for the episode, we focus on Thebesi.
When she sits down by Thebesi, Thebesi's quiet for a moment, and she like doesn't look at her. And after a moment, she says, "My teammate needs help with something, and I think you might be the one to be able to help."
she takes a moment and looks over at Gabby's like, what do you mean by help? Do you mean like, let me roll something. Well, all depends. What have you been told?
She sits back a little bit, and I was told one of the entertainers may be able to help me.
With?
I was told one of you had certain skills in speaking silently.
Her eyes kind of narrow for a moment, and she kind of like clasps her hand together and taps them against her lips, goes silently. And she kind of gives Gabby a look, and Gabby just waves lightly with half a pizza slice sticking out of her mouth.
That's adorable.
And she goes, and they thought I was the best person to ask about this.
I wasn't told to ask you. I was told one of the entertainers. My friend went to the other, so I came to you. Can you help? She sits up straighter and folds her hands in her lap and does finally look at her.
20 gold.
I will give you 10 now and 20 after you've taught her.
That's 10 more than she was asking for.
Did I say 20 after? I meant 10.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I can't talk. 10 now and 10 after you finish teaching her.
That sounds like you might have a bit more you could spend. Am I not wrong? Not all the NPCs are going to be nice.
I might regret this.
Laser eyes.
No.
Laser eyes. Intimidate.
No. Thebesi sits forward, and I imagine they're sitting at a table.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's a nice little round table.
Thebesi sits forward and rests her arms on the table and stares at her and says, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah, I do. Actually, can I ask a quick question, Sid?
Yeah.
Does Thebesi have any siblings?
Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes, but I also am.
Roll 1d4. Roll 1d4.
She has
It's a pack. It's
3 siblings.
It's not too big of a number.
She has 3 siblings.
She goes, I do. You're the what was the thing? Is standing clan...
The ascending clan leader.
Ascending clan leader of the Lunari tribe outside of town. I spent some time with one of your brothers. He was very informative of what your clan does for certain services.
She nods.
I'm sorry, I gotta go with this character's back history.
No, I love this.
I'm waiting for the scene where Thebesi whacks her brother upside the head with a "How dare you!"
Thebesi nods. Then you know that I have certain abilities in my pack, and I hold sway with my position, and if you ever came in need of certain protections or safety, then I would be capable of providing that to you. Now, with that, having done me this favor and knowing that you have that insurance, does 20 gold not seem more than fair?
Thebesi, roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, that's awesome. 21.
Woo-hoo!
I think she considers this, and a favor for a favor. I guess that would be fair. It's how the world works. Can't do anything about it.
Favor can sometimes hold more weight than gold.
She nods. I see we have very similar viewpoint. I can appreciate that. Knowing someone's secrets is sometimes better than...
Which brother told you about me?
It was...
Would you like me to generate a...
No, I'm thinking in my head how to put it. It was Joe Madron Sorry, Johnny.
Oh, don't worry. I love it. I love it.
You named her brother after my brother.
He was very curious of the activities one could have with someone outside of his clan. I will give you that.
I'll have to thank him personally for this.
The worst part is Johnny can see the motivation, so he actually knows exactly what happened.
Oh, I do.
Oh dear.
That would be a good idea. He seemed willing to do more for more, but my persuasions are on a more regular basis of our different form than he could provide. And she gives you a look over. I think it's funny, like, Thebesi is the one person who's being hit on and just being. They're both bad at it. Well, actually, that's what it was. They're both bad at it, or they don't react at all.
Thebesi nods and she stands and says, "Meet us at the museum this evening."
Mr. Lai nods and stands up herself and like looks over the piece of mine. Mind if I take a slice? I forgot to buy anything.
By all means.
Okay. She takes a couple slices and nods in Gabby's direction. Gabby's just kind of watching, confused, and enjoying the pizza. She's actually started to take off some of the pepperonis and just eat the pepperoni separate from the pizza before eating the pizza. You now know her favorite food is pepperoni.
We haven't introduced her to chocolate.
You haven't.
Oh.
Right. And then she heads back to behind the stage.
All right. I think that went well.
It did. You completed one of the tasks. You found someone for one of the other tasks. Maybe.
And Thebesi needs to pay her brother a visit.
Johnny, you're going to have to play that brother. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Can me and Sydney just have a real argument on mic?
Oh my.
We'll just one of these days when he really irritates me, we'll hop on Discord and record it all.
Oh, that'd actually work really well.
Oh yeah, Johnny, I will say I let Tony know about your performance of the Tony in game, and he is flattered.
Oh, yes. Oh, it's always an honor for Tony.
And he's on a podcast that has lots of listeners. Nah, I'm just teasing, folks. I know there's at least a decent amount of people for how many episodes we have.
We love you all. We love all our listeners.
Are you guys gonna do anything else, or did you wanna?
We have to have dessert.
Yes.
No, we were getting dessert on to go on the way out.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, Tony's going to come over and tell you guys that your dessert is ready to go whenever you would like to pick it up.
Excellent. How much of the pizza do we have left? Because that stuff's not getting left behind.
Wow.
Oh.
I would say so it's 8 slices per pie.
Per pie, yeah.
Roll a d8. Roll a d8 for leftover slices.
Oh no, I'm gonna roll a 2d8.
Actually, I was just about to say roll 2d8. We got 2 pizzas.
I love that.
And then subtract 4.
Yeah, because I had 1, Thebesi had 1, and it sounds like Gabby's had 2 at least.
Well, and our friend took a piece or 2.
Would you like to offer the hostess slice?
Okay, and then it was 2, okay, 10. So that's 10, 14. So there's 2 slices left. Just enough to treat someone if you want to check up on some. Not that I'm telling you to check up on someone.
Oh no, are you gonna kill NPCs if we don't check up on them?
No, I think it's a somewhat subtle hint for Marcus to go check up on Haley.
Right.
I mean, if you want to. I didn't say you had to. I'm not that kind of DM.
No, you just, subtly hint at the...
Well, Marcus still has to actually go and tell a certain someone that because he's a squire now, as you planned.
He's gonna wait, what? You broke up there a minute. He's gonna what now?
Certain bandit of the cat nature.
Ah, right. I had him staying at Haley's Inn, didn't I?
Yeah, that's true. And allow Johnny to take on another NPC.
All right, that's fair.
Ooh.
Johnny's getting a lot of screen time.
So I'm gonna order another pizza. A medium this time.
Ooh, a medium pizza. What kind of pizza would you like?
I think just a plain pepperoni this time.
Would you like the extra pepperonis on it this time, or just regular?
Just regular.
Any drinks I could do you for?
For personal use, I wouldn't mind a pitcher of root beer to go.
Can do.
Excellent.
Alrighty, that will be just 3 silver.
Okay. And I pass 3 silver.
And you said the drink to go, the pizza for here?
The pizza to go too.
Alrighty, coming right up. Do you want to bring it out with your desserts?
Yes, please.
Alright, I'll be up shortly.
And you said that was 3 silver?
Yes.
Okay, we definitely got to put the Naruto one on the podcast.
Alrighty.
Because we're doing this good guest DMing Johnny. It's going to be one of the things for if we run out of any time for anyone to run anything. Okay, all right, back on the game. I got to leave in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to tease you guys. I'm teasing you with something here. Okay, so yes, I am kind of directing you something, but I wanted to end with a good teaser and get you guys excited for the next one.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. So,
Valid.
shall we say that do we want to split the party, or do we want Thebesi and Gabbi to go with Marcus to the Bloody Fang?
That I think is up to you. Is Marcus wanting to have like private time, or like is he wanting to have more of a private conversation, or
Well, he is checking up on their friend that they met when they were trying to, the cat cloak guy. So he's checking up on him. It's not exactly a private conversation, so
Bob did tell you that he has no one and nothing there. Wouldn't Marcus want to give him more friends, since like Marcus is the only one who has established his friend now?
yeah, that's true. I mean, the more the merrier. So yeah, come on.
All right. So,
All right, so we make our way with the leftover pizzas in the boxes to the Bloody Fang.
Have a great day, guys. Thank you for coming. Hope to see you again, Marcus.
Thank you, Tony. Will do.
I'm going to have to send Tony the raw edit of this just so he can hear how good a job you did on portraying him, despite never seeing a single one of his videos.
I hope I did Tony justice.
You did. You were. The guy is super friendly. He befriended me one night. I didn't even know anyone did this thing. I was talking to the goddamn DM on Discord. That was the first time I met him and both of them in person. They're like my 3 local best friends.
That's awesome.
Okay, so then we go to the bar and you guys walk in. You guys see Healy talking to. Well, what do they see at the bar, Johnny?
Oh, well, you see an elven male. He kind of has the messy white hair. His eyes are green. He's just dressed in modest garments, and you do see white silk gloves on his hands. And he doesn't look to be in the best health condition. Not like physically like injured or anything, just almost like a day of like really bad allergies. That's kind of the way his face looks.
Oh, I've been there. I've been there.
And then you hear Healy's like, Makalai. He's like, Makalai, you doing all right? She pats you on the shoulder.
Not feeling the best today, honestly.
Hang in there, all right? We'll figure out something.
I'm trying my best.
Marcus just kind of, looks at Haley, kind of gives her a questioning look as if everything, kind of silently asking if everything is okay. Admittedly, he's protective of her too.
She kind of looks over and smiles to the guys coming, and she notices the look, and I'll admit I am sometimes just rolling to make you guys thinking I'm rolling.
oh, I do that.
She kind of has her expression is kind of like unsure of how to answer that with an expression, but she's like trying to figure out whether to give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and kind of like hand keeps on moving back and forth, and she kind of like it's an even thumbs sideways.
He just kind of nods and kind of steps up. Is like, "Hey, Haley, how you doing?" He hops up onto a seat at the bar.
Gabbi hops up on one.
Just kind of interjecting himself.
She tries, because she got a nat too.
Oh no.
Aw, Thebesi catches her so she doesn't fall. I'm not gonna let her get hurt.
Actually, I think that would be an acrobatics check from Thebesi. I've been giving you a little leeway.
Okay. I'm great at acrobatics. Oh, 14?
Yeah, you managed to catch her. She's spinning around on the chair a little bit. She got a little too enthusiastic onto it, like a kid. You managed to catch her.
That is adorable.
And he's like, could be better, Marcus. McKinley's been feeling under the weather for a while. I've tried using magic, but we're not sure what's going on.
Have you tried spicy noodles?
I do eat spicy noodles sometimes, but I don't think that's going to be the solution to this problem. It's not normal.
Oh, apologies. It just, when I have sinus issues, I usually kind of sit myself over a steamy bowl of spicy noodles and just kind of inhale the steam. My bad for assuming.
Oh no, don't worry, don't feel bad about it. It's completely fine.
Ah, where are my manners? I'm Marcus.
Oh, he goes, oh man, where's my manners to McLean, Marcus, and he looks over to the other two and is like, to Bessie.
That's Thebesi, and that's Gabbi.
Oh, she has a name now.
Mhm.
That's a clever name.
I thought so. We thought so.
Gabby waves over at you. If you want, I would say, Johnny, another history check just to see, because she does have the hoodie down now. So let's see if you recognize.
12.
You heard something about an Ingress living in town. You don't know entirely what they are. You just know that they're some kind of magical item. Best description people have is it's like a magical item personified, some kind of bag.
Anthropomorphized.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would say, like with Tony, you would know that they're typically were known as monsters that attack. So the fact that there's one here just friendly waving you and being a person is interesting new information.
I'm gonna lean over to Healy and just whisper in her ear and ask, is that what I think it is? I've heard of an Ingress in town, but
She nods and
is that it?
Marcus just kind of leans in because he was sitting right next to the guy. He goes, yes. He says in a loud, slightly annoyed stage whisper, just kind of stone-faced looking at this sickly-looking elf.
yeah, she's a henchman. It's new. It's all very. She's trying to think of how to put this. It's new. She's okay. I think I haven't met much time with her, but Marcus gives her the okay, so I trust her.
She's fine.
She's learning, but everyone learns.
McKinley is just nodding in understanding.
And as you guys talk, Bob comes out of the kitchen. Looks like
Bob!
looks in your guys' direction. He's startled by the Bob. He starts to drop the pan with the drinks, but Manita catches it and like he kind of does like a weird tumble where he lands on his back, but he's managed to not spill anything. He's like, "Oh, Marcus, it's you." And he pauses and he stares right at Gabby, and his face goes white.
This is Gabby.
Thebesi moves to put herself between her Gabby.
She's our new friend.
Friend.
Do I need to roll persuasion?
Okay. Yeah. I would say persuasion.
11?
He's like, she has a name now.
She's okay. She really likes pepperoni.
She won't hurt you.
She's talked to you?
In ways.
She can write.
He looks at her and he's like, he seems like he wants to say something, but then he looks terrified again, despite what your insurance is. I think, roll me an insight check.
Sure. 14.
He's not panicked because she's an Ingress. She's panicked because he recognizes this Ingress, despite the fact they have not met before. To your knowledge, he knows her.
And it probably doesn't take much to figure out where they might have met. Not that I want to make this all about Marcus. Sorry, Sid. He looks to Haley. It's like, can I borrow Bob for a couple of minutes?
Haley goes, yeah, we're not that busy. I can take care of things.
Thank you.
In fact, I would say there is only one customer there, and it's one that you know. It's Bryce.
Oh.
He's sitting reading a newspaper. Newspaper says, I want to find the image so I can read the headline that the person who drew it put, because let's put this maybe into play.
McKinley is going to start rapidly coughing and run off towards the restroom.
Oh dear.
Oh.
And he's gone.
Not to slow the roll or anything, but do we need to do maybe a perception to see what Bryce is reading?
Oh yeah. I would say roll a perception.
13.
Okay. Sid, you roll on? Are you rolling perception too?
15.
Marcus, you see an explosion on it, and the top line of it says, "Local druid explodes."
Oh, Lord.
Thebesi, you see under the picture of the explosion the header "Super Dead."
Oy.
In fact, I actually have a picture of this scene, by the way. I'm going to share it into chat.
I hope you're not mad at me, Sid.
No, you're fine. I'd like to go and check on the coughing friend.
Yeah, totally fair.
So we can do that first, since we did my scene at the pizza parlor first last time.
Yeah, we can do that scene first, and I want to do these two. What? Oh, yeah.
The picture. Also, the Noel with the tiny little pince-nez glasses. That's perfect. I love it.
Okay, Johnny, so that's your scene with Sid.
Okay. I will be exiting the bathroom when... Sorry, Sid, how do you pronounce your name again?
Thebesi.
Thebesi, yes.
Yes.
And Thebesi will be walking up as I exit the restroom. Oh, good to see you, Thebesi.
Are you okay?
Well, if you must ask, not exactly, no. No, I'm actually kind of dying. I don't know what it is, don't know how to cure it, but working on handling it.
Have you seen a cleric?
Clerics honestly don't do much. They really had no idea how to help or handle this.
Haley sneezes as you know that she's a cleric. You've seen her cleric. Thebesi.
Right, I forgot about that. It's been a hot minute. She kind of eyes him curiously and
So my body is starting to just deteriorate from the inside, just shutting down. No way to stop it. My best bet right now, really just work on a potion for immortality or something. But that's the farthest I got right now.
have you been?
It's been going on for about a year.
I think she's just kind of curious because like the sudden, hey, local druid exploded. Hey, this guy's sick. Also, it sounds very familiar to a book I recently finished.
I will say that part is the Super Dead was meant to be maybe the collation of the dying elf is actually completely random, strictly from random generator.
Oh, but how it works out.
I'm trying to separate my medic questions from what the Bessie would logically ask.
Well, I know there's not much you could help with, but do you happen to know any great alchemist who might have already achieved immortality? Desperate question, but, might as well shoot the shot.
I know some friends of Lieutenant Marcus's aren't dead.
Well,
I don't think it's related, and I'm not quite sure that it could help you unless you wanted to die first.
I'm already dying, but I'll have to consider that one.
Just make him arrest. We've saved all the NPCs.
I hope you go with that, Johnny, because I just love the idea that you guys kill him and then bury him out in the some magic affected thing, and next thing you know, there's a restless running the bar.
Do you know why you're dying?
Again, I just know I'm deteriorating. It's been going on for a year.
Yes,
I don't know. I do work with alchemy pretty frequently. I don't know if it's...
Did you poison yourself?
I sure hope not. I figured if it was...
You wouldn't be much of an alchemist if you poisoned yourself.
Well, I know that. But I figured if it was poison, I probably would have died much long ago. I wouldn't have lived for a year. I'm very diligent with my work.
Could a friend have done this to you?
I haven't considered that thought yet.
By the way, Johnny, completely improvise on that if you come up with a good idea.
I'll completely improvise?
Yeah, if you have an idea, I'm giving you free... Everyone can say I give you my players a lot more free reign to develop the world because of my experience with Monster of the Week.
Oh, well, if I'm getting free reign on this, whew, let's go. Well, I do know I had one friend. It's been about 2 years since I've talked to him, but we're not on the best terms. He's a little bit of a loose cannon, but I don't think he'd go as far to poison me or try to kill me, especially with this long of a disease. I just don't know.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
Could I enact my background?
Yeah.
As a player? The player background?
Oh ho.
Okay.
Ooh, this is going to get spicy.
I would say from your background, the fact that he's saying his friend is a loose cannon, and you've read this book before. It's almost always the loose cannon. I just love how every time I enacted, it's always that our other self has read a book.
Works for me.
Carol Capello was a bard, so like College of Lore maybe would make sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you even sung a song of such a thing enough times that it's like...
She just starts humming this song about it for a moment. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Hum that song. I improvise.
Oh, geez, now I can't think of any songs. Thanks.
Did you say songs? Heat of the moment.
That's
There's
good.
that good?
Works for me.
I'm not going to get any of that, by the way. That's too funny to leave.
Oh, no, totally. Leave that. Let everyone know that me, who listens to music constantly, completely drew a blank on what song I should hum and looked over the sheet music sitting beside me.
She literally sings every day.
Cool.
I have my trumpet beside me, along with all of the sheet music I saved up from middle school through high school.
Dang, that'll be a lot.
Yeah, it's a whole binder.
Oh, it is a lot. I've seen it. Very impressive, too.
Yeah. Okay. So Thebesi kind of gets this faraway look, 1,000-mile stare, and it's like silent for a moment. And then she looks back at you and is like, you should consider reaching back out to him.
Oh, I don't know about that one. We have our differences and our views. Yeah, he's just not the kind of person I'd want to be with.
You don't have to be with him, but it could be worth looking into.
I'll consider that. I'll have to follow up on him. Guess I don't have much else to turn to anyways. Might as well explore every option.
It may help your cough.
No, that won't help my cough at all. My lungs are kind of dying with the rest of me.
That's generally how death works, yes.
I should know. I'm going through it.
All right.
I will say, though, if you have any alchemy books or any ideas on how to reach immortality, that is what I'm shooting for. Because from what I know about this, there's no saving it, but not being able to die is my best shot.
Eternity half dead.
Well, I would assume that if I reach immortality, my health would restore.
Or you just live in a constant state of half dying.
At least I'm not dead.
Perhaps your body would regenerate itself faster than this could kill you and you'd just constantly feel ill. Is that really a one way to live?
Look, immortality is my goal. That is what I have been working on for the last 6 months. That is what I will achieve.
Well, if I find anything towards that, I will help you.
Oh, please do. Alrighty, I guess I should get back to work now. Good talking to you, Thebesi.
Nice talking to you.
The list just keep on getting longer for things you guys have to watch out for.
Oh, I'm making lists of them too.
Mm-hmm. And in this case, watch
Immortality.
out for may not be a good thing.
I will say that you do notice, Marcus, as you guys walk out, Gabby is watching Bob,
Mm-hmm.
afraid.
Uh-oh.
Bob is suspect.
And I think she turns around and it just grabs one of the shakes out of the thing and just starts feverishly drinking because she doesn't understand alcohol.
Thebesi sits down beside her and lowers.
Plot twist. Bob is actually killing me.
In fact, first she takes a sip and then she starts... When she had her first taste of chocolate, she's addicted now. You now have a chocoholic.
Oh, no. I mean, to be fair, it's chocolate.
Thebesi sits down beside her and slowly lowers the cup from her mouth and says, "You may want to slow down on that."
She turns and looks at you and her face is now already covered in chocolate. Okay, so then Bob follows you out carefully, keeping an eye on Gabby.
Once they get, do they go in the back, or do they go, say, upstairs?
I would say going to the back would be the safest one, because upstairs someone might hear.
Yeah. So Marcus just kind of points back to the kitchen and just kind of walks past Bob, puts his arm around Bob's shoulder, and just kind of guides him into the back.
He tenses for a moment, but he relaxes and he trusts you.
Yeah, no, Marcus isn't gonna, he's not doing that faux friendly, arm grab or nothing. He's being genuine in this case. Once they get in the back and the swinging door is shut, he does turn and look at Bob. You know her, don't you?
Yeah, I don't...
From the time when you both were...
Yeah, she was the one and only visitor to the spire.
Visitor?
She popped in. It was weird. They didn't know. It seemed she was different. It wasn't like with the other ingress. It was just she looked...
Wait, you're saying that in all the time that everyone down there was sealed away, she appeared from the outside?
Yeah, she... Marcus, I don't want to... Okay, let me say everything before you react, because
I'm listening. And Marcus does push over the box of pizza towards him.
He does take out a slice and he takes a bite, and he's like...
He gets the medium pizza.
So, yeah, she... from what I couldn't hear everything. Like, I was the whipping boy. I was one of the whipping boys. The thing they used... Look at me. He's obvious. Like, they fucking killed me a couple times in there. Right?
I wouldn't be surprised.
She appeared first, and she looked... I want to say she looked lonely. And it was disturbing to watch Bone Meister talk to her. Because you've seen him. He rants. He chants. He says...
Monologues.
He monologues. He does nothing but exude, "I'm a fucking evil son of a bitch. Don't listen to me."
This is true.
He didn't do that with her. I mean,
that gets Marcus's attention. Didn't?
He didn't.
You mean he actually put on a "I'm a normal person" facade?
He put on... the only way I could describe it is that he took on a Marcus facade. Marcus.
A Marcus facade?
What you've done for me, what you've obviously done for her. I don't think she even knew what he was tricking her into doing.
I don't think she does either. She seems fairly new, innocent.
What I could figure out is, I guess, the rest of her kind abandoned her. He was always talking about, "You're all alone, but you're not alone anymore. We can take you to a place where you won't be alone anymore if you just help me with this." Marcus, like I said, the thing that happened, I don't think she knew she didn't know what she was doing, because it wasn't just Boomeister. They all It was like,
Breathe. Slow down.
she's the reason I'm free. Why we're all free. They convinced her to. They figured out they knew some way to use Ingress in this way, and they convinced her to open the door. She did. There's no way she's just a kid. I wish I could have done more to. I just knew what was happening, but I feel I'm so powerful. You know me. I'm powerless. I'm powerless even here. I can't help anyone.
You're afraid.
And he's just breaking down here. He's breaking down crying at this point, I would say.
Marcus grips his shoulders and hugs him. You aren't powerless. That is understandable. What you went through, what you could have lost because of curse, I would be afraid too. There are times where I am afraid. But I truly believe that you are not powerless.
He kind of stands there first. He was in this pyre so long that it takes a moment to register what you're doing, and he's listening to you, and then he hugs back, and just kind of he hugs back in a way like he gets the feeling like you have just unlocked the bromance. He is.
Oh God.
He would die for you at this point.
Let's not.
Oh, we don't need anyone dying.
Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, but you've got to it's Marcus. He's a keeper, the friend and the.
You answered a fair amount of questions that I've had since that day. Granted, it leads to more questions and a serious case of wanting to kick some ass, but answers have been found. The real question is how we're going to go forward with this new information. And having spent the last week and a half with Gabbi, I can assure you that you are, in fact, correct. She is innocent. I've seen her act and react every new thing with curiosity, fusion. She's not faking. Not what I can. I don't think you need to be afraid of her.
I know. It wasn't so much. I was afraid if I said anything. I didn't want to. Like you said, she's just a kid. I didn't want to. I didn't want to throw her under the bus. And he pauses for a
No.
moment, and he has 1,000 years stare forward. And goes, Marcus, what the hell is a bus?
I'm not sure.